Hello, and thank you very much for dropping in. Oh, actually, I think every time I get on this chair, it's like dropping in. Oh, but it's a cute little chair. Kind of, I think, meant to be used by a jeweler or something or other. Let's see here. All right. Ugh. So I was back in the pool room, and I saw a box. I did, and it belongs to a Commodore 64. It does. And I don't know what's inside. It does seem there's stuff inside. Even still, it's a mighty fine example of a box. The Commodore 64 is an easy-to-use microcomputer suited for business, home, and education. This package includes a Commodore 64, 64K personal computer, keyboard, power transformer, easy-to-use manual on the basic programming language, plus a connector for your TV. If you wish to attach the Commodore 64 to a standard black and white or color television set, this product meets or exceeds all Canadian Standards Association requirements. Indeed, Commodore Business Machines, visit 3370 Pharmacy Avenue in Agincourt. So, now the box is a little dusty, but it seems to be, there's something in here. Is it a Commodore 64? I don't know. I just don't know. I'll put that over there, and we'll see. Here is the moment of truth. And the answer is yes, there is. There is a 64 in here. And a power supply. I'll have to test the power supply. Just a second here. And of course the 64. The styrofoam. You know what? I'm going to pull this out first. The styrofoam is very happy to stay where it is. I will pull this out first. There's a bit of a blemish on the styrofoam, but it would still be good if it was going to be shipped. And there is a note on. Boy, that is really stuck on there. This is not the prettiest 64 ever. It does look some yellowed. It does. Anyway, the bottom says, not working from box original. Okay, so I'll set that down. And I guess I will take the power supply out. And then I will put the original packaging back in the box. And then set it on the floor. Now the first thing I should really do is look at this power supply. Looks okay. I don't see a date on it, but I'm sure it's from, 30, closer to 40 years ago. Oh, that was weird. I saw a little blip as I plugged this in. And now I need Rudy's power supply checker. And I see nothing. Well, that is something. I will take this other power supply and plug it in, and we'll see that we have 5.24 volts. Which is pretty much where it should be. So I will plug this in, and I see nothing. Now, I suppose what I'm going to do before I give up completely, I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to switch it to a different thing, and then I'm going to look. And I see nothing. Zippo. So I guess we have our first dead one. Imagine. Well, thank you, Mr. Rudy. Maybe that's another reason why this was reported as dead out of the box. Maybe. Let us move things. Oh. And give this a whirl. Let's see, how many pins does this have? It's an 8-pin. We'll turn it on. And indeed, nothing is coming up. Well, let's see if this diagnostic cartridge from Retro Rewind does anything at all. And the answer appears to be no. All right, pull that out. And here's another diagnostic thing. See if that. Oh, don't try and put these things in blind. Okay, it's in. I'll leave that sitting for a moment. Let's see. Now, I did say that if I found one of these that was dead, that I would immediately cut the cables off. And that is a beautiful thought. I'm just not sure if I have anything big enough right handy to do that with, and I don't believe I do. But we will do that at some point. I suppose what I should do, it's funny, the bottom of the case looks quite nice. The top quite yellowed. I would imagine this just has the regular Phillips screws. I never envisioned, get off there, opening a 64 in the midst of this tidying. But, you know, what the heck, here we are. Who knows what we'll find inside. Maybe there are chips missing. Alright. Let's open her up. Well, there's certainly an abundance of the heatsink material. And now from what I can see, the fuse is okay. See, a nice thing about being able to connect to a 1701 or 1702 is they give a better indication of what is going on. In terms of a little flash or a little something or a little nothing on the screen, which lets you know that the fuse might be bad. It might be. Anyway, just looking at the way the fingers on this are, I do believe everything that's major and important is indeed socketed. One thing that this heat sink shield does, which I do like this thing better than the cardboard thing, but one thing that it does is it means that in order to get at the chips, it has to be removed with, I believe, it's 5 screws. Or is there a 6th? There's a 6th screw. Now, we do not want to lose the shield, but more importantly, the screws on one is not leaving gracefully. Oh dear. Okay, hang on here. There's always something happening here. Alright, I'm going to put this down carefully. And one of the screws has indeed come out. I should. It's funny, I have a little thing here to put screws in, but I've got miscellaneous stuff in it already. And I don't like losing screws. So I will carefully extract the screws. I think from this shield, which certainly does have a lot of protective goo on it. It's just dandy now. So do I have all the screws? At first glance, it would seem that I don't. Did I drop one? Aha, there's one. Okay. So there should, there were in fact 5. Okay, now this almost releases the board from the case. So you know what? Why don't we just, you know what, there's no point. It has a shield on the bottom. It might as well just stay in there. Might. So anyway, but the board, it is 1984 Commodore International, assembly 250425, and it's, I prefer the other green than this, but you know, it's all right. So all the major chips are socketed. Interesting. What's in here? Oh, there's a key in here. You know what? For safety, at this juncture, I am going to do my best not to drop any screws and slide them into here. And this thing, I'll just set it out of the way so I don't get slimed. Well, I had not intended to embark upon the repair of a Commodore 64, but why not? Alright, so we definitely have a defective power supply. Let me just look in my bucket here to see if I have something worthy of cutting off the cords, and I don't believe I do. But hang on here. I have under the table. Oh no! Don't knock that down. I have under the table a rather large toolbox, and I believe within the toolbox I have some big pliers. So now I have to decide at this moment where to cut these off. Oh, I really think I don't think I should leave that plugged in while I do this. Alright. Well, I think, you know what, I don't think I can quite cut off. There's kind of this extra thing here. I think I will cut them off just where that begins. Ooh. Shaboom. It is done. And now, shaboom. It is done. So now we have two cords, which may come in handy for something else. They might. I will see. What I think I will do at this moment is I will hang them on the door. Right now, of course, they will do nothing except hang on the door, but they may indeed come in handy. So now did this, I mean, this power supply was showing nothing, so I'm assuming it died somehow, and hopefully it didn't take out this 64 with it. Oh yes. There. So perhaps, even though this is dead, give it a little dusting. This could be the start of my edging project for the flower. But I think if I was going to do that, I would want to cut the wires off right to the end. Ta-da! Alright, well, if I remember rightly, this Flood 64, it indeed has all the chips in sockets as well. So I was not really prepared for this. And I think what I will do, as I guess I've never really looked into this machine, is I will open this one, and I will take chips from here, and one at a time, swap them into here, and see if this dead thing can be indeed saved. We'll see. But that will not be right now. I've got a couple things to do, and there we go. And that will take a while, so it will be, oh, The clock has struck. It has. So I think what I will do at this moment is I'll gaze fondly at the artwork on the Commodore 64 box. And I believe I hear Penny in the distance. Hello, Penny! Penny! And just in case there are others, I think I will leave this set of side cutters handy. And I will close the toolbox if I can. And I think I can. Oh, it's not closing. I didn't do anything major that would keep it from closing. Okay, there we go. And I think another thing I'll do is to keep the floor from getting scratched, I'll put some cardboard under that. Alright, so we're into a potential Commodore 64 repair. Next time.
That was easy.
That was easy. And look, there was no doubt. With Rudy's retro Intel device to check the power supply voltage, as they say in Star Trek. He's dead, Jim. Anyway, never again will I be wondering, gee, I wonder if that power supply is okay. It's done. First one. I think that's the first one I've ever done. But there will be more. I'm sure there will be more. Ugh, dust. Anyway, well, welcome to the world of Commodore. Otherwise, perhaps the Twilight Zone. Bye for now.